How we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Bold here, and I'm back tonight with a video that I've been meaning to do for a while. A while back, when I was on Twitter, now called X, of course, I saw a picture that someone posted of 7 albums that were released within a 44-day period of each other back in 1991. And I've decided to rank these albums. 7 absolute classic albums released within a 6-week period of each other. Absolutely outstanding time for music. The 7 albums being Metallica's self-titled album, which is of course also known as the Black Album, Guns N' Roses' GnR Illusion I and II, Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magik, Pearl Jam's 10, Soundgarden's Badmotorfinger, and Nirvana's Nevermind. So 7 absolute classic albums released within a 6-week period of each other, just 44 days. An outstanding amount of amazing music and classic albums, and I've decided to rank these albums for a video. So, as per usual, after a quick drink, we can get straight into it. So, for me, coming in at 7th place is Guns N' Roses' GnR Illusion II. This was the first of the GnR Illusion albums that I heard. I didn't hear number 1 until a couple of months later. I think I got this on cassette for Christmas back in about 91, 92. 91, I think it was, actually. Yeah, really good album. Lots of great stuff on this. Like I say, there are 7 classic albums here, so even though this is in last place, this is not a bad album in the slightest. But for me, this, alongside GnR Illusion I, both these albums have definitely got some filler on them. As far as the band goes, of course, Axl Rose on the vocals, Izzy Stradlin and Slash on the guitars. Good guitar work on these albums. Duff McKagan on the bass. For me, an underrated bass player. Some great bass playing on these albums and on Appetite for Destruction. Basically everything Duff plays on. An underrated bassist, plays some really good bass lines. Matt Sorum on the drums does a very good job, but for me, he's no Steven Adler, and that's no disrespect to Matt Sorum, but Steven Adler, his work on Appetite for Destruction is just amazing. But still doing a good job on the drums, Matt Sorum. As far as the songs go, there's some excellent stuff on this album. The opening Civil War is decent, but it's not one of my favourites on this album. But 14 Years and Yesterdays, the following 2 songs, I think are absolutely brilliant. Never been too fussed about the cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door. Get in the Ring is a bit silly, but a decent tune. Shotgun Blues is pretty good. I like that one. Breakdown is a really good song that I enjoy a lot. Pretty Tied Up, though. Fantastic stuff. And Locomotive. They are 2 of the best songs on this album for me. So Fine is a decent ballad, but certainly not essential. It's Strange, though. It's an absolutely fantastic song. I love that. It's just a massive, epic song. It's just brilliant. The best song on the album, as far as I'm concerned. You Could Be Mine, which is, of course, on the Terminator 2 soundtrack. Everyone knows that. We've got Don't Cry, the alternate lyric version, which is okay, but I don't think we need 2 versions of this song across both these albums, but it's still okay. It ends with My World, which is a piece of shit, to be honest. A 1 minute, 22 second waste of everybody's time. But Guns N' Roses' GnR Illusion II comes in 7th place in this video. Very good album. Like that a lot. Loads of great songs. Definitely some filler on there, but a lot of decent tunes at the same time. So that's number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Soundgarden's Badmotorfinger. Another really, really good album. Fronted by Chris Cornell, of course. Absolutely amazing vocalist. Fantastic songwriter. Kim on the guitar. Can never remember how to pronounce his surname, so I'm not going to bother in case I butcher it. Ben Shepherd on the bass. Very good bass player. Matt Cameron on the drums. Amazing drummer. Is, of course, plying his trade in Pearl Jam these days. This is an album that's really good. Definitely not my favourite Soundgarden album. But very, very good. Riff-wise, Soundgarden are very much sort of familiar with Black Sabbath as far as I'm concerned. Sort of some nice sort of slow to mid-pace, really heavy riffing. But Chris Cornell's voice is absolutely superb. His vocal range is just absolutely amazing. The best vocalist amongst these bands I'm going to be talking about, without a doubt. And this album kicks off with some absolute bangers. I mean, Rusty Cage. How Chris Cornell plays that riff and sings at the same time, I will never know. It's a fantastic song. Outshine next. Quite sort of mid-paced and sludgy, even doomy, you could argue. Great track. Slaves and Bulldozers is a very kind of melancholic, dark sounding song with some great lyrics in, which is brilliant, brilliant song. I love that. Jesus Christ Pose, massive single. The vocals in that from Chris Cornell are just absolutely outstanding. The high notes he's hitting are brilliant. A great track. Searching with My Good Eye Closed on side B, another great tune. Room 1,000 Years Wide, I like that one a lot. Mind Right, good stuff. Holy Water, New Damage. Good album from Soundgarden. Like I say, definitely not my favourite from there. But some loads of great tunes on it. There's a couple of filler tracks on side B, which I still enjoy, but just don't grab you as much as others. And that's why Badmotorfinger comes in at number 6 on this list. Really, really good album from Soundgarden. Like that one a lot. Coming in 5th position. And here's Guns N' Roses with GnR Illusion I. Again, like with GnR Illusion II, definitely some filler on this album, but some great tracks as well. I've really enjoyed going back and listening to all these albums these last few days. And I used to think GnR Illusion II was better, but I've actually now changed my mind. I actually like GnR Illusion I even more. Kicks off with Right Next Door to Hell, which is a decent opener. Dust and Bones track 2, very good. Live and Let Die. Yeah, I quite like that one actually. As far as the covers go on these two, I definitely prefer that over Knocking on Heaven's Door. Don't Cry with the original lyrics, for me, is better than the version of GnR Illusion II. Perfect Crime, that's a good track. I used to not think too much of that track, but I like it a lot more now. You Ain't the First, really, really good tune. I like that a lot. Bad Obsession, Back Off Bitch. Yeah, another good tune. I mean, to be honest, there's nothing here so far that I don't like. Double Talk and Jive is decent. November Rain, massive single. Huge song. Very, very epic. I think that's video's had over 1 billion plays on YouTube now. The Garden is a song that I can definitely take or leave. I really like Alice Cooper's guest vocals on that, but as the song on a whole, not all that fussed. Garden of Eden is a nice, really fast 2.5 minute up-tempo rocker, which I love. Don't Damn Me, decent track. Bad Apples, not too fussed by that one, but still okay. Dead Horse, which is another good tune, but ends with the massive Coma. Absolutely fantastic track. Everyone's performances on the album are good. So a few filler tracks, but on the whole, it's a really good listen. I enjoy a lot. That one comes in at number 5 of these 7. Guns N' Roses GnR Illusion I. Number 4 in this list now. And here's a band that have been releasing absolute shit for the last 20 plus years. I just can't understand how this band, who made this album back in 1991, which is absolutely fantastic, have been releasing such fucking awful housewife rock nonsense. Like they have been for such a long time, because back in the day, that was fantastic. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magik is just a fantastic album, which I love from start to finish. There are some really bad lyrics in places on this album. I mean, to be honest, I think Chili Peppers throughout the entire career have had some bad lyrics. But they don't spoil my enjoyment of this album. Anthony Kiedis' vocals on this are very good. John Frusciante's guitar work is fantastic. The guitar tone on this record is amazing. Some really great riffs from John throughout the whole record. And the rhythm section of Flea and the excellent Chad Smith is just absolutely fantastic. The rhythm section on this is great. Loads of really great catchy songs, some massive choruses, great performances from everyone all around. Kicks off with The Power of Equality, which is a great track. If You Have to Ask, brilliant, brilliant song. I love the guitar riffs in that. Breaking the Girl, more of a ballad feel to that one. That's a really good tune. Suck My Kiss, that was a single. Love the riffing in that. It's a great tune. Mellow Ship Slinky in B major, I really enjoy. Give It Away is a song I should be bored of hearing by now, but I'm just not. I love the guitar riffs, the chorus. Flea's bass playing especially is fantastic on that tune. Title track Blood Sugar Sex Magik is excellent. Under the Bridge, huge single, massive ballad, great tune. I probably don't need to hear it ever again. It's kind of overplayed, but it's still a good track. Apache Rose Peacock's decent. The Greeting song, My Lovely Man, So Psycho Sexy, that's the one that's got some really bad lyrics in it. Ends with their Red Hot, which is only about a minute long. Really, really good album, and it just absolutely pains me that these guys put out the crap that they put out these days, because they used to be such a fantastic band. But along with bands like Green Day, just make music that's nowhere near as good as they used to. But the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Blood Sugar Sex Magik comes in at number 4 in this list, an album I absolutely love. Played the cassette back to death in the day. Great album. Yeah, shame I don't make them like this anymore. Number 3 in this list, is an album that absolutely everyone will know, whether you like the band or not. It's Nirvana's Nevermind, their second full-length album. Kurt Cobain, of course, on the guitar and vocals. His vocals are really, really good. I've been learning one of these songs for a covers gig I'm doing this weekend, and you don't realise how hard it is to do some of those screams that Kurt Cobain did until you have to actually try and do them yourself. I'm only doing the backing vocals as well. I'm not even doing the lead. Yeah, great vocals from Kurt on this. Chris Novoselic on the bass, Dave Grohl, of course, on the drums, and an album packed with huge hit singles: Smells Like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Lithium. But as with all great albums, some of the deeper cuts are some of the best stuff as well. Just so many great songs on this album, massive choruses, very catchy riffs. Dave Grohl's drums are great. But other stuff like Breed is a great tune. Polly Clothes Outside A, not too fussed on that one, but I still enjoy it. Territorial Pistons is fantastic. Very punky, very fast. Drain You, great track. Lounge Jack, Stay Away. Stay Away is a fantastic track. Great, great chorus. Very catchy. On a Plane, again, such a catchy track. I love the guitar riffs in that. Ends with the very melancholic Something in the Way. It's easy to hate on Nirvana and hate on Nevermind purely because they're incredibly popular. But I don't care about any of that. This is a fantastic album. I don't care what anyone says. So many great songs, so many catchy choruses. And the album I just know like the back of my hand. Again, I listened to the cassette just over and over again back in the day. I was very fortunate to pick up a cassette copy of this album not too long ago. So I'm glad to have it on all three formats now. Nirvana's Nevermind, it's an absolute beast of an album. One of the biggest albums of the 1990s, whether you like it or not. And it's absolutely superb. I love it. Can listen to it front to back and just love it from start to finish. Some of the songs, when I hear them on the radio and that, I kind of think I don't ever need to hear that again. But when you listen to those big hits like Teen Spirit, Come As You Are, Lithium, on the context of the album, absolutely love them. Nirvana's Nevermind comes in at number 3 on this list. Excellent album. Coming in at number 2, a massive debut album from Pearl Jam. Here's 10. Jeff Ament on the bass, great bass playing on this record. Stone Goddard and Mike McCready with some really nice guitar work across the entire record. Dave Cruisen on the drums, does a good job on the drums, and Eddie Vedder on the vocals. I've always loved Eddie's voice, fantastic singing. An album packed with amazing tunes. Again, there's huge hit singles on this, like Alive, Even Flow. Jeremy, of course, fantastic video for that song. Great vocals from Eddie Vedder. But again, with classic albums, it's all about the deeper cuts as well. Opening track Once is really, really good. Black is probably the darkest song you will hear on a huge sounding album. Very melancholic sounding, but absolutely beautiful at the same time. Fantastic vocals from Eddie Vedder in that tune. I just never ever tire of listening to that track. It's amazing. Side 2 kicks off with Oceans, which is kind of more sort of acoustic based. It's a great track. I absolutely love it. Porch, Garden, Deep, that's a great tune as well. Ends with Release. It's just fantastic. There are no bad songs on this album. Again, I've listened to the tape constantly back in the day. Just an absolute massive debut album, hitting the ground running big time. Pearl Jam's 10. It comes in at number 2 on this list. It's just amazing. Again, the singles like Even Flow and Alive kind of don't really need to hear them again, but when you listen to them in the context of the album, absolutely love them. Fantastic stuff. Pearl Jam's 10 comes in at number 2 on this list. And for me, top of the tree from these 7 absolute bangers released within 44 days of each other back in 1991. It's another album that gets a lot of hate from elitists, but I don't give a shit. Because Metallica's The Black Album from obviously 1991 is an absolute beast. A very ballsy move to change up the style. These guys were absolute thrash heavyweights back in the 80s. So they decided to change things up, go in a much more commercial direction. But just because you're doing something different, just because you're going commercial, doesn't mean you've released a shit album. Because this is anything but a shit album. It's absolutely huge. Again, a massive album with singles on it that you never ever really need to hear them. And when you listen to them within the context of the record, just love them. Obviously, Lars Ulrich on the drums. Decent drumming on this album. Jason Newsted on the bass. You can actually hear Jason's bass on this, thank God. The guitar work of Kirk Hammett. And James Hetfield is fantastic. And James's vocals, for me, easily the best vocal performance he'd done up to this point. No doubt about it. An album with huge singles on Enter Sandman, Sad But True, The Unforgiven, Nothing Else Matters, of course. But once again, an album where the deep cuts are also amazing. Deep cuts like Holier Than Thou. I love that tune. It's fantastic. Great riffs. Wherever I May Roam, of course, that was another single. Don't Tread On Me on side A. A little bit on the filler side, but I still enjoy it. Through the Never opens up side B. Side 3, sorry. Great tune. Nothing Else Matters. Everyone knows that. Great solo from James Hetfield and that. Of Wolf and Man, that's an underrated song for me. I absolutely love that track. It's really, really good. And then the last three, some of those deeper cuts there, just great. The God That Failed, brilliant track. My Friend in Misery, love Jason's bass intro on that. Ends with The Struggle Within, which is one of my favourite songs on the whole album. Some great riffs in that song, but the riffs in songs like Sad But True and Enter Sandman are so catchy, very, very catchy riffing. And some of those big singles are just huge. I mean, Enter Sandman, I love that main riff. I don't care what anyone says about it being overplayed. It's still great. But yeah, stuff like Holier Than Thou, that deep cut, really, really great riffs on that tune. And The Struggle Within as well, brilliant, brilliant stuff. It's an absolutely huge album, of course. I think this still sells about 7,000 copies every year. And considering this album's 33 years old, it's very impressive. Yeah, elitists say it's a pile of shit, but it's just absolutely not. You know, and Metallica went on to conquer the world with this record. And if you think they sold out, they don't care what you think. 33 years after this release, they're still on top of the world. They're still selling out stadiums all across the world. One of the biggest bands out there, no doubt about it. And for me, the Black Album, the self-titled Metallica album, is my #1 in this list. I absolutely love it. Again, I played the cassette back to death in the day. I think I did that with all these albums, to be honest. And yeah, for me, Metallica is the #1 album in this list. 7 absolute classics released within 44 days, 6 weeks of each other. Fantastic stuff. Absolutely love it. So many great albums released in such a short period of time. Amazing stuff. So there we go, guys. Video's finished. I hope you really enjoyed that. As per usual, jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this video. Did you enjoy it? I hope so. Let me know what you think about these albums. As always, always happy to chat with you guys in the comment section. I shall be back with you soon. So, as per usual, until next time, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later.